Hi there, it's Christy with Raising Brave Readers, and today we're going to talk about something that might be frustrating to you. I know it was frustrating for me as a teacher and as a parent. Those crazy sight words. The, like, is, some, of, was, and all the memorizing that went into them and all the work that went into learning those words. But I'm here to tell you that there is a better way. So, sight words, totally time consuming, stressful, inefficient, it's not working, and it's actually the work you're doing to try to learn them is working against what we want kids to do when they read. We want them to use sounds, but we're teaching them to memorize the whole word instead of going sound by sound. But there is a better way. So the better way is to focus on sounds, not memorizing, to connect the speech to print and to break down each word systematically. That way, we're using the speech that they have to fuel and to use it as a way to understand how this word works. So let me show you an example in 3 little steps. So we're going to start with the word the. And you can use Post-it notes, which are super handy dandy because they're tangible, but I'm just going to draw boxes right here. So here we go. This is called an Elkonin box, and it can have 2 boxes. It sometimes has 3 boxes, but we're going to draw this one here as a 2 box. And our word today is the. I'm going to teach you how to read and how to write the word the. And what I want you to think about is, as you're teaching your child to do this, first what you'll do is you will do it together. You will do it, then they will copy you. But throughout the whole process, you want them to be speaking. You want them to be making that connection between their speech, what they say, how their mouth moves, what they're hearing, what they're seeing, and what their hand is writing. And that will build just a better neural pathway for them and make learning more efficient. It's tricky at first because we're not used to doing it that way, but I have found it to be just such an effective way to build a strong connection to these irregular words. So step 1, say the word regularly. The. How many sounds are in the word the? 2 sounds. You're right. Now we're going to write the sounds. We have 2 boxes here. We're going to write 1 sound in each box. Are you ready? So what is the first sound in the word the? You're right. Now we're going to write the here. What is the second sound in the word the? You're right. Now you might think it's going to be one thing, but we're going to spell it with an E. The. Now let's write it over here. And as they write it, you want them to say the sounds. So that's it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to continue to integrate this in their reading and writing and just really build lots of pathways of saving that information, storing it, and retrieving that information. So here are some pro tips. Use Post-it notes or boxes. So the Post-it note helps them. If it's a 2-sound word, you'd put down 2 Post-it notes. If it was a 3-sound word, you'd put down 3 Post-it notes and write the sound right on top of that box. Keep your explanations simple and focused. Don't use letter names. Stick with the sounds and practice in real reading context. And remember that different dialects are okay. So if you say at home, say the word the instead of the, then you would just stretch it out how you say it. The. How many sounds in the word the? E. 2 sounds. How many? Let's start with the first sound. That's right. What's the second sound in the? E. That's right. And then write them down as you say it. So now I'm going to show you a few more words that are they occur, you're going to see them a lot. You're going to see them quickly in even those early Bob books that I showed you on a different episode. And here is an Elkonin box with 2. And here's an Elkonin box with 3. Space for 3 sounds. So remember, 1 sound, 1 box. So I want to start... I want to explain that I would not normally teach all of these at the same time. I do short little practices and little instruction and then interleave it back and forth over time, giving lots of real life practice. But for right now, I'm going to start with the word is. So here's the word is. Is your mom going to go to the store today. Is. How many sounds are in the word is? Is. 2 sounds. You're right. Which boxes do you think we should use? The 2 sound box or the 3 sound box? The 2 sound box. All right, let's go. Is. I. What's the first sound you hear? I. The next sound in is z. We're going to write it like this. Is. While I've taught is, I'm going to put it over here. Is. And then the second word that I might teach that day, or I might teach it at a different day, is the word has. So how many sounds are in the word has? As. What is the first sound in the word has? That's right. Let's put it there. What is the next sound in the word has? Has. That middle sound is often really tricky. Has. What's the last sound? Has. You are right. There we go. And I would show them the pattern between has, z. That both of these have the z sound, but it's spelled with an s. I wouldn't teach them all at the same time, but I would teach them close together so that they can use what they just learned, that the is has a z sound that's spelled with an s. And then quickly after, I would teach like in the next couple days, I would teach the has word. So here are a few more that I'm going to show. Again, I would teach these in a different week or as needed as they come up. But I like to group it together because I want to make their brain think efficiently too. So here's our combination of words. We have he, we, me, and I'm also going to put in she here. And these are actually all 2 sound words. He, e, me, e, we, e, and she, sh, e. But I would wait to teach the she, unless you have a daughter or you're talking about she often, then I would just teach it out. So it's kind of a need base, but also putting them in a collection together for the brain to hold on to really efficiently. So he, how many sounds are in the word he? 2, you are right. I'm going to build 2 boxes here, or I'm going to put down 2 orange Post-it notes. What's the first sound in he? That's right. What's the next sound? E. That's right. And this is just a different way that E can make a sound. So E often says but it also says E. And they know that because they probably know the name, but we're teaching them that a letter can have more than one sound. Then I'll write it over here again. E, and I'm always making sure my mouth is producing that sound because I'm just building that mouth to ear to eye to hand, all putting in that storage and retrieval to make it really efficient. And then I'm going to show you how to do the word she. How many sounds are in the word she? Sh, e. So again, I'm going to use, it's 2 sounds, so I'm going to use a 2 sound box. Sh is the first sound. Sh. And what's the next sound? Sh. E. You're right. And I'm going to write it she. I'm going to write it over here. Sh. E. So here I'm going to show you one more word, and that is the word for. For. I'm going to write it right here. And when we teach them the flexibility that a letter can have more than one sound. So like the O can have an ah sound like in pot or an O sound like in for. It's teaching them to just keep working through the sounds that they know to solve the word. So here's the word for. What's the first sound in for? What's the next sound in for? O. And very likely they know what to put here. They just hadn't thought about it before. O-er. I have a gift for you. And now we write it for, or. All right. So what to avoid? Avoid memorizing whole words. If we are just memorizing the whole word altogether, it becomes very efficient. And we notice that right around by 3rd grade, all of a sudden the brain has like so much information in it from all these little parts of words, instead of just relying on the code, relying on the system of letters can make sounds, groups of letters can make sounds, and they're spelled different ways. Avoid using letter names instead of sounds. Avoid over-explaining, and avoid making it complicated. So I keep it simple. And if I tell too long of a story, then the child who most needs to learn that word often remembers the story and totally forgets the word because they used all their working memory and all their thinking power to concentrate on remembering the story that I told, and then they lost hold of the word that I was actually trying to teach them. So I didn't do them a service. So remember, reading isn't about memorizing, it's about understanding the code of our language, that it's speech first, then print. We spoke first, then we began the writing piece. When we teach kids to break words into sounds and connect those sounds to letters, then we give kids the tools they can use for any word they encounter. And if this was a help to you, I would be so happy if you liked it and share it with a friend. You can also drop your tricky words down in the comments and I will break them apart for you. I hope you have a great day and happy reading the code.